Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Geraldo, and I'm going to apologize for the next slide. Here's what I'm going to talk about. It's just my first 2 years in London and the lessons that I've learned. That's why I apologize. By now you guys are probably thinking or asking yourselves, just who the hell is this guy? Okay, so I'm a Portuguese programmer, and while I was in Portugal living there, I was born there, I was really upset at the lack of a proper game industry and the lack of just a proper community. And I was so upset that one time I just got onto my typewriter and I wrote a blog post. And through Alt F Blog a Day, it actually got reprinted on Gamma Sutra, which sometimes still really proud of. On the blog post, I just detailed how we have like 2 or 3 studios, and yeah, I mean people who want to work in games, it's just there's not enough room for them. And so I ended up just doing software consulting, and I was not smiling at this guy, and I wasn't even wearing a suit. But the problem here is that, I thought I was really happy, I'm programming, even though I'm not really making games, but I was really depressed. And so instead of actually on my free time trying to make games, build a portfolio, I would just write about games. I would write blog posts and just really depressing stuff. I hated like follow 3, oh, you guys didn't follow the turn-based conventions from the old games. That kind of stuff. So while I was in that creative mode, Sword and Sorcery came out. And that game, the best thing about it, it's not even the game, it's just the night it was released. I just stayed up all night watching it soar to #2 on the App Store, right below Angry Birds. And I loved the release, the way they handled, they had a Twitter feature that was just, it just spread word of mouth for the game, just like wildfire. And these are the guys who made it, most of them. And right after the night of the release, I just wrote this amateurish blog post about, hey guys, this was amazing, and here's how they did it, coinciding with the iPad 2 launch. Actually, it was a coincidence. And they actually read the blog post, and they said, yeah, good on you, man. That we were happy that you're happy for us, and that just showed me, okay, I can have an impact. I'm not living in a little tiny bubble. Well, I was living physically, but I didn't need to stay there. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm just going to move somewhere else. And that's when I moved to London. And right now I have a great job at the social gaming company. That's me. That's hard work there, holding an iPhone pillow. And I love everyone there, and it's a great experience. And being in London allows me to go to stuff like Res. And I mean, we don't have gaming events like this in Portugal. And it was last year, thanks to a friend, I met the most handsomest, gorgeous game developer in the world, Chris Avalon. And that's a Photoshop I did during the Project Eternity Kickstarter. And yeah, I spent like 30 minutes with this guy, just talking with him. And there was a moment in Torment, so you guys probably know Torment, Planescape, where you could attempt to snap the neck of a Dustman, and that was just through the dialogue box. You just, okay, yeah, I'm going to attempt that. There was a dexterity check in the background. And I asked him, hey, did you actually write this line? And yeah, he said, yeah, it was me. And there was like, okay. This is like 15 years later, I'm actually meeting this guy. And it's just this really touching moment. Besides touching moments, I actually asked him for some advice on how making a living making games. He had just 3 simple things. Just do the job before you actually have the job. I think everyone knows that. He also said to volunteer to other indie games. Just maybe you do an asset, write the script or whatever. And he also recommended to get in touch with your local game dev community. And that's what I started doing since January of this year. And that's when I discovered the amazing London indie game dev community. And the feel that I get from here is that everyone is really friendly. You can just go up to anyone and talk. And the attitude is just really positive. So I went to Wild Rumpus in January, and it was this exhilarating local multiplayer fest. I went to the Global Game Jam, and we did this gorgeous experimental treat. This is me at 3 a.m. and Rob. I slept 4 hours that weekend. You can see us coping with the fact that it's 3 a.m. And then from then on, the London game space has been properly founded. We've had multi-clashes, paycheck pushes, victory conditions, and all of these amazing events. And just being at them and just being with everyone, the open attitude, the fact that and the people aren't judgmental, it just makes me feel, okay, you made the right choice. I know what I'm doing here. I just feel that, yeah, thank God I moved. And yeah, that's the feel that I get from here, and I just wanted to transmit all this love. And I can't imagine what I would be, the content but trapped Geraldo that would be if I was still in Portugal, happily software consulting. But now maybe you're asking, okay, what are you working on? Yeah, here's a bit of shameless self-promotion, that's fine. So Project Noir is like this game that I've been doing for on and off for like 5 years. It's a cyberpunk noir visual novel thing that's kind of evolved into a proper adventure game. Uh, we're gonna see some prototypes now. So this was the first prototype on the Nintendo DS, and I actually made a little dialogue engine. And then I moved on to the iPhone, and it's still very much visual novelish. This was like the most advanced prototype I had on the iPhone. But with time I just decided, yeah, let's make this into a proper game. So with Unity, I mean, things just started being so much simpler and much easier. I just made like this top-down thing where you can actually interact with things and move, and there's rain and yeah, this is a test, yeah, we know. And I did dialogue engines with the previous prototypes on Unity. I just went to the SSR and bought one. That was like amazing. It was the best experience I had. Besides Project Noir, I'm working on this local multiplayer game, and this only has like a month of development compared with Project Noir, which is like this mega thing. And this is just my response to stuff like Towerfall and Samurai Gun. And this is me trying to play with two controllers. And I showed it at the last multiplayer, and it was amazing. I got a ton of feedback. So this is the very lesson that I've learned, is that previously I was trying to hide and escape from what I really loved when I was in Portugal, but I just realized that the more I try to actually reach the things that I want to do, the better it is for me. Pain and obstacles be damned. So that's the end of my talk. So thanks for listening.